So now the next thing that we need to do is, in order to format our tables, is to format the remaining cells of the table, those who are not um, header cells. And the procedure is again the same one. So you basically go to CSS, quick CSS. This time around, you select the TD tag on that drop-down menu. You select your formatting options, and there's a lot of things you could do to format those cells. You click on the OK button, cut the resulting code from the box, and paste it on your CSS, save the page, and preview. And that's exactly what we're going to do right now. So we go to quick CSS, we select the TD tag. It's going to be for all the cells in all the tables in our website, so we don't need to worry about a class. And you could do basically anything you wanted. You could have the content in those cells have a different color. You could change the type of the font. You could change the style, make it italic. You could change the text, make it bold. Change the size of the font. We do want to work with the borders. So here you enter the border in the same way. The color code, width, and the style. And the last one I wanted to use was dashed. So remember to have your pound sign there. If you want to have all the cells in your table, all the columns in your table have the exact same width, this is the place where you want to do that. So if you have 5 columns, set this to 20% so that the total width is 100%, which is the total width of the window. You may want to give a background color if you wanted to. Now, one thing that we didn't do before, and it's very important, especially when it comes to cells, is if you noticed, and I'm going to switch back to the example, the beginning of our content in the cells is not even, because the content on the cell is basically centered on the cells. So if there's less content, then it looks, it begins lower than when you have a lot more content, and basically the cell will be expanded to match the cell with the most content. Now this makes it harder to read because the eye has to basically change positions. It's not like you finish here and you go to the top of the cell. You got to find where the beginning is. So in order to avoid that and have all cells aligned at the top, you would go into the typography and select on the vertical align attribute, you would select top. You also want to do the padding so that there's some separation between the borders and the text. And when it comes to that border, these are again, this is a refresher for the different types of options. So you could be solid, it could be dash, and it will look like this: dotted, double, groove, rich, inset, and outset. And then you could modify any other settings. If you're done, you click OK. You cut the code, paste it into your styles page on a blank line. And I normally try to paste code that has to do with the same tags near each other. So this is the more general code for body, and this is the more specific code for only the top nav formatting class of the body tag. And so at the very bottom I have all my information about tables. This is the main table tag, the th tag, and then the td tag. Remember that once you have your code here, if you didn't like the width or the alignment or a color or something, you don't have to go to quick CSS if you don't want to. You can just change the number here. So if you wanted to make it bigger or smaller, if you wanted to change instead of dash solid, you know, you can make those changes here. And then you save your page. And then you refresh your website basically to take a look at the settings that you just established. So I had a dash border just 1 pixel wide. I provided a little bit of separation between my the borders and the text, so now it's a little bit more separated. And now my text is aligned to the top, so it's easier for the eye to go from top to top to top to read the contents. Um, and that's the way you basically format the rest of the cells in your tables.